guys, welcome back to my channel. So guess what, this is going to be the updated version for the human and social biology video that is on my channel, right? So now this video in the top corner right here was how to get a grade 1 in your human and social biology exam for CSEC. But that video is a bit outdated in the sense that in that video I said something about broad topics. Now for that year, CSEC had given broad topics, right? So it was just for that year now, right? Now for 2024, there is no news or anything like that of CSEC giving any broad topics, right? So in a sense, that video is outdated, right? So now the broad topics, CSEC won't give you any of that. So it means that you'll have to study the entire syllabus in order to pass. Now how to get the grade 1 in human and social biology in terms of the exam aspect, which is what I'll be speaking most about in this video, because when I did human and social biology at the time, that was actually the last year that they did not use SBA. So for those of you who did not know, human and social biology used to be a science subject that did not have an SBA component. So it meant that your grade came 100% from the exam that you sat. Cool? But guess what? So now them have a SBA, right? Now I don't know much about that SBA component because I never did it. But I know about the exam because the exam has basically stayed the same. Now regarding you passing and getting a grade 1 in CSEC Human and Social Biology, you need to do past papers. Literally for that paper 1, you need to do past papers. So some of this is just reiterating what's in that other video, but at the same time in this video I just want to remove the outdated information, right? So in order to pass the paper 1 component, you need to do your past papers, right? So now the past papers, you know, your multiple choice, you do as many as you can from as many years as you can. You just do what you can. You get me, I say? Yes. So literally because the questions will, and most times they do repeat. So if you can do a good amount of past paper questions, like all 2013 comes straight up, each year that you do, you will realize that some of the questions are repeated. So in order to enhance your chances, it's best to do as many past papers as possible. No, when I did CSEC Human and Social Biology, I was in grade 11 at that time, right? But I did CSEC Human and Social Biology externally, meaning that I was doing how many subjects? I did what, 8? I did 8 subjects, and then Human and Social Biology would be 9 because I had already done 2 subjects, well 3 subjects from grade 10, but I did maths again, which who knows that already. But yeah, in grade 10 I did maths, got a grade 3. In grade 11 I did maths again, got a grade 2. So that's why I did maths twice. But either way, so in grade 11 I did 9 subjects. So that was the year that I did over CSEC maths, right? So it was basically 2 subjects, my English and social. So this from grade 10 plus this 9. So I did human and social biology. No, I was a science student, so I did all 3 sciences: biology, chemistry, physics, and they murder me basically. But yes, so I signed up with this institution outside of my school to do that subject externally within the same year. So for human and social biology, I at that time did not really study like that, right? Because everybody at the time before I did the exam say, you know, say HSB is a common sense subject. That is what they said. It's a common sense subject. If you know a look at things, they can pass it. You get me? And so for me, I was not worried about human and social biology because guess what? I was doing general biology, right? But one difference I realized with general biology and human and social biology is that with general biology, we kind of focus more on the organisms and all that stuff, which in HSB we kind of zoom in a bit more on food chains and just the human body, like the skeletal system and all of that. Now in general biology we do cover those things, but not as much emphasis is put on it like in human and social biology. So that was the main difference. So yeah, there's a textbook. I'm gonna tell you, so this textbook good, the Collins Human and Social Biology. So now I had the Collins Concise CSEC Biology book. We did have that book, right? But basically the HSB Collins and the CSEC Biology, they basically have the same thing. The only thing is that the HSB Collins HSB book is a bit more limited. So some of the things that the Collins CSEC Biology, like the general biology book, will have more stuff than the HSB, because general biology has everything. HSB is more geared to the human body. So yes, that's that. But literally that book is them concise book there, and don't play with them. Them concise book they could, like, even me never did have the chemistry one, but the chemistry one is good too. But me I tell you, those Collins concise book, them good. So anyway, I had the CSEC general biology one, and it was what I used to study for both the CSEC biology and the CSEC human and social biology. Now, as I said, I didn't really study for the HSB exam. I studied for my general biology exam, and I just pray that whatever come on the general biology, some will just come back on the HSB. So one of the instances was about the skin, which to me, HSB is not a hard subject, and in a sense, it is a common sense subject. Like, if you're aware of your surroundings and you know what you want, you can pass HSB. Right, you can pass HSB. But if you're not a science, maybe for me, because I already did general biology or whatever, but if you know that your head not really ready like that, you get me, son? And you know your head not really, you know your head not ready, and you know you don't really have a science background, then maybe if you can try, if you memorize a couple terms, know what diffusion mean, know about the food chains, them and them, something there, you get me, son? Or especially what them call it, reproduction. Them love reproduction, about the contraceptives, and like literally those are the questions that they ask on the HSB exam. They ask you about the giving birth process, they ask you about contraceptives, they ask you about those stuff. Now, some of the things, if you have common sense and you're aware in a real life, you can answer those questions. Now, there's also the technical aspect, which if you really just never know, you just never know. So it would be good for study and learn some diagrams, right? For example, the skeletal body would have good for you can say, oh, me know which bone this, me know which bone this. You get me? I say, me know what the breastbone, me know what them function, right? And it would also be good to just know a bit about the excretory system, or just have common sense. Because one question that I've seen kind of come back on the HSB exam, the paper 2, which it's the same question, but them ask it a different way each year, right? Like it's a different scenario, but it's the same thing. But they love to ask you about diseases. Now, anybody, if you have like a common sense, you can match up that question. If them say on the question, something about insulin, the body failing to produce its own insulin and and then the person lose weight and say diabetes, right? Just literally, that's what I'm trying to say, that some of the things are common sense. So as long as you go into that exam and you do your past papers, you watch past paper videos for paper 2, and some channels that you can find them on are CSEC Biology, it's BioAid, CSEC Biology Tutor, then you have CSEC Biology TCP, I forget something, but those are the 2 main ones that I used at the time. So you can watch the paper 2 working out and everything. You can watch them. You can watch the paper 1 to see the answers, because the questions will more than likely repeat. So you can literally watch those. And yes, you can match up the exam just like that. So those as it relates to the paper 1 and as it relates to the paper 2. And you just study. And if you have that Collins Concise book, you study your book. Go over a couple terms and you're just walking at the exam and match it up, right? No, this video is geared more towards 2024 students, since the other video is a bit outdated, right? Because there's been no news about no broad topics being given or anything like that. So it means say you have to study the whole book. But don't worry, as long as you study, as long as you do your past papers, as long as you what do you call it, have a good SBA, which I don't know much about the SBA now. I don't know much about the SBA component for HSB like that. So I will speak on that So this video is really great to talking about the exam, how to pass the exam component of it. So as long as you mash up your past papers, then you do that, and you watch your videos them on YouTube with it. I explain anything you don't really understand. You can just find a video and watch a teacher explain it. I'm gonna put the links in the description so you can see the teachers them who help with biology, CSEC biology, CSEC human and social biology on YouTube. And as long as you do that study and you're aware and have a little common sense, you will pass that exam. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that's it for today's video. Bye guys.